Alright, I got a file here sent to me. This happens quite often when I get a customer that's struggling with whoever they're working with. Pretty much always the same person on Facebook that's attempting to tune the 5R transmissions with a lot of trouble. Right now we have the file that the customer sent me, which was modified by the same person, and then it's compared to a stock 100% stock Ford file. In here, this is a comparison that basically shows all the differences that have been adjusted in the tune, and you can see that there's probably 30 or 40 things here adjusted. And the biggest thing with that is that there's really not enough control on the transmission. For instance, shift scheduling. Anything that's this blue color has not been changed. Anything that's green has been changed. So like in this case, this customer has a 6.7 Fummins common rail, and 2750 to shift at is far too low. The same person was doing an engine tune, which as well didn't work for the customer. So this customer particularly had a lot of problems. And this 2750 might work for a stockish 12 valve, but realistically, this is kind of really not that great. Using stock shift schedule is it's pretty sad. Shift pressures, again, all of these pressures are what controls the clutches on and off, all bone stock. So again, it's not that great. It's stock. Torque converter, everything in this first screen, again, stock. We come into here, there's TC delay changed here, speed ratio changed here. Again, I wouldn't use these settings, but we're not here for that. And a few, torque management things disabled. And then I'm just going to go grab a current file. This is one that I'm running, and we'll go back to the comparison log. Now you start to see how many different things that I get in and change. And the biggest reason that I'm taking the time to do this is to show guys when they actually pay somebody. This would be the same thing as if you paid somebody for, say, a hot tune for your engine and they took off the governors or the speed limiters and sent it back to you. That's the equivalent of what you're getting from this guy. It shows the lack of knowledge, the lack of hands-on, very old school way. This would be the same sort of thing as DCS is doing. They just don't seem to get it. So this here is my shift schedule. You can see that anything that's green I have changed, and you can see my limiters too, much higher. And again, this is what I run personally, and this is just one of the things that I do. Shift pressures, again, I change all of these. Torque converter, same thing, change all of this stuff, lockup rates. Added capacity, apply release. You can see how everything has changed drastically in here. Torque management, I also change it as well. Lots of things I do in there, which I'm not going to get into because I'm not here to show exactly what I do. This is the engine side. There's a lot of things done here in the torque model, torque calculation, things that I do, driver demand tables. I change all of this stuff basically for better control, because the Cummins, they make power so much lower that we have to deal with it a lot differently. This is just a very quick insight to really open up some of the eyes for guys that are actually paying for this, because for what this other person is doing, they should be ashamed of themselves, because there's no way you should be taking somebody's money for this stuff. This is a glorified Band-Aid fix at very best, and I get these guys coming to me all the time to get their transmissions actually working correctly, actually shifting correctly. And this tuning that I use has been in R&D for about 2.5 years, and currently I drive two of these myself, so my hands-on experience is far better than somebody that drives a Dodge truck for say. Anyways, any questions, hit up the website, email is fine. Happy to take your orders and get your trucks working the way they should.